You saw Theory creeping in, and Theory walked down to the ring and cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase for the United States Championship. I couldn't believe it. I was thinking, what are you doing, mate? For this, you won this title without a briefcase. So why do you need your briefcase now to win the United States Championship? Surely you could have just answered the open challenge in the first place. What's up, Maniacs? My name is Mex. I'm a wrestling fan, a wrestling enthusiast, a WrestleManiac, if you will. And right here at WrestleManiac UK, I discuss everything that's WWE and AEW. So if this sounds like the place for you, make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notified every single time I drop a new video. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. Ladies and gentlemen, what has Austin Theory done? What have WWE done with Austin Theory? Like, we know that this regime aren't the ones that gave him the Money in the Bank briefcase. And we know even when he won that Money in the Bank briefcase, that was a bad idea. Like, he was not going to beat Roman Reigns. We knew this. We saw this the day he won Money in the Bank. He is not a candidate right now to become WWE Undisputed Heavyweight Champion. We know this. But why did WWE go along with this? And of course now Triple H is in charge. Triple H has come, he's coming to clean up all the mess, all the nonsense that was created by the previous regime. And unfortunately, Austin Theory is collateral damage with a lot of these changes that Triple H has had to make. So let's get into this decision of him losing this Money in the Bank briefcase. Why now? Why tonight? To be honest, I knew he was not going to win this championship at the end of it, the World Championship. But the way this happened tonight, I can't say I'm too happy with. So just to recap for those that haven't seen it, Rollins put out an open challenge to see who was going to answer and come and face him for the United States Championship. Ali said that he was going to accept it. Bobby Lashley beat him up backstage. Bobby Lashley came out and accepted the challenge, it seemed. But the match never got started. Bobby Lashley collapsed everything. He just destroyed Rollins completely. In the ring, outside the rings, left Rollins laying. And as he made his exit, you saw Theory creeping in, and Theory walked down to the ring and cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase for the United States Championship. I couldn't believe it. I was thinking, what are you doing, mate? For this, you won this title without a briefcase. So why do you need your briefcase now to win the United States Championship? Surely you could have just answered the open challenge in the first place. Theory got Rollins back into the ring. Theory was dropping all the moves, all the finishes on Rollins, pedigreed him, everything, and still couldn't get the win. And that's when I knew, yeah man, you're losing this thing tonight. You're 100% losing it. However, just when Austin Theory looked like he was going to get the win, Bobby Lashley pulled the referee out the ring. He came back down ringside, pulled the referee out, beat up Theory on the outside, like Theory was incapacitated. He eventually got into the ring again, just beating the 10 count, got hit with a stomp, got pinned by Seth Rollins. That's it. Rollins retains the United States Championship. Rollins looks like an absolute beast after being beaten up by Lashley, beaten up by Theory, and still winning. And Theory looks like a complete chump, cashing in for the United States Championship and then not walking out with the championship. Why didn't he just have a failed cash-in against Roman Reigns? I don't know. That could have at least looked a bit more credible. You know, there was just Crown Jewel the other day. He could have come out after facing Logan Paul, and then Roman could have put him away, and then yeah, the briefcase is gone for another year. Like, I can only think they chose to do this here with the people involved in the segment to somehow start setting up what could be the War Games match, but I haven't thought about the teams and who is actually going to be involved with that per se. Like I said earlier, we all knew Theory was never going to actually go on to become world champion from this Money in the Bank reign. Now, we've heard in recent weeks Triple H wants to actually take the Money in the Bank back to WrestleMania, possibly. Maybe have a women's Money in the Bank on night 1, a men's Money in the Bank on night 2. So I think that's a really good way to go, and maybe this is him not wanting to have Money in the Bank as a standalone pay-per-view anymore and almost reset how Money in the Bank has been done previously. Reset Theory clearly, because Theory isn't going to become a world champion. Like I said, we know that isn't in his future right now, his immediate future. And Theory, although one day will be a world champion, I have no doubts about that. I think he shows a lot of potential. It's not right now. I think there's elements of his character that could still need fleshing out. And that brings me on to two possible ways this probably should have been done. One involving Theory actually winning a championship at the end of it, and a way that they could have taken this briefcase of Theory with a bit more dignity, I would say. So firstly, NXT. NXT is still a thing, and we saw Theory go down to NXT and tease a cash-in building up to Halloween Havoc. And I thought this would actually be a brilliant idea. Theory cashes in on Bron Breakker to become NXT champion. Now, yes, it's moving down to NXT. However, I still think Theory has stuff to work on. Like this selfie character of his, that, you know, it's dead. I don't think it would have been a bad idea for Austin Theory to cash in on Bron Breakker. Fans are getting a bit bored of Bron Breakker anyway. Sending him, yes, back down to NXT, and then letting him just work on his character, because his character still needs a bit of development, you know. So I think that could have been a good way to make him a champion, NXT champion, do something unprecedented with making him cash in for the NXT title, and then giving him a nice solid run in NXT as champion and work on some other things within himself. The other idea is that Theory should have held that title for the full 365 days, went the entire distance with the Money in the Bank, and then it just expires and Triple H comes out and takes the briefcase off him. I think that would have been a really good idea. That's never been done before. That could have been a very intelligent way to lose the Money in the Bank contract. However, I guess if they do plan to take the Money in the Bank ladder match back to WrestleMania, then there would have been 2 Money in the Bank holders before Theory loses his Money in the Bank, if you see what I mean, before it expires. So yeah, they probably had to take the briefcase off Theory before they got to WrestleMania. Gonna be very interesting to see what they do with Theory now. Some people have said, you know, Wyatt 6, put him in there. Like, I don't even know how I feel about Wyatt 6 or where we're going with that. So he does need a bit of a reset. I would agree with that. And it'll be interesting to see where he goes from here. Will Money in the Bank end up back at WrestleMania rather than a whole pay-per-view for it? Yeah, the fallout of all of this is going to be very interesting. I'm still mind blown and just thinking, what a dunce to try and cash in for the United States Championship. Surely WWE should have just fed him to Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel. Surely. But we are where we are. I want to hear from you guys down below in the comments. What did you think of Austin Theory's cashing in for the United States Championship? What do you think of Austin Theory and his run as Money in the Bank briefcase holder? Let's talk about it in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button, give us those likes, I'd appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you get notified each and every time I drop a new video. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you